what I talked to you about, the fact that once you lead, sometimes you might not benefit from the produce or from the success. A knife that cuts a steak cannot boast of the taste of the snake, of the steak. So I would like to attach that story to the fact that sometimes you are just a tool that helps us to get to an expected end. And as a leader, we must be at peace sometimes. That you might not get to benefit from your own hard work. But it doesn't mean now that we are aware as leaders that we can attend to our leaders because they're not supposed to benefit from it. And we can't keep on blaming all the leaders for the misbehavior of the followers, of the subordinates. So one of our responsibilities, something that we need to be carrying over, is that responsibility to attend to our leaders, because we ourselves understand how it feels like not to have the benefits of your own labor because of conflicting interests. In closure, ladies and gentlemen, I've actually had a great time working with Black Hat, and I've learned so many different things from Black Hat that make me want to actually share even more. But I think what ends up happening is that we never convene ourselves in this fashion because we are always, used to entertainment. We've been entertained to a state of paralysis. We've been entertained to a state of quiescence, of stagnation. We don't question anything of the lives we're living. We don't ask why our society is like this. We don't ask why we are aspiring for the kind of aspiration that we need, because all of our understanding of society is what we've been fed, largely from TV, largely from people that we desire to be like, or people that we can see in front of us that have had everything that we want. So if we start questioning and start asking ourselves, why do we have the lives that why do we understand the world the way that we understand it? And therefore, why do we build our houses the way we build our houses? Why do we have one room in the whole house that is designated to TV? Why do we think that everyone who gets married must actually be in this kind of a setup, this house, must driving this car, must be able to have this kind of a life when they are starting out? We're not asking all of those things. We're not asking why the kind of education that we desire for our children is expensive. We're not asking why we are aspiring to whiteness and English and more English. I know the history of our time, of our country, and I know that we generally now speak more English than we speak our indigenous languages. We certainly do. But uxanduva ekufuneka silithathile lokuqala is to make sure that we ask ourselves, especially as endlini, why are we organizing our lives the way we are organizing? Because if we fail to do that, we have misled our children. We have become a form of despots to those who are looking at us. If we fail to appreciate and understand that leadership in itself is a selflessness, that at a time where you have children, there's a little bit of you that goes away, that never comes back. There's a little bit of you that still has to actually model a good leader and a good father, a good mother to these children. it means that we ourselves have become a form of despots to our own children, to the next generation, and that is the burden that we should take even further. I've raised this question on social media about the question of the church. We give ourselves too much to spaces, not only the church, but to spaces that doesn't have our inheritance. Our children will not inherit anything from the spaces that we give ourselves. You will not get anything from some of the spaces that you give too much of yourself. When you lose use of your body, your limbs and everything, the only life that you would have had would have been missed. And I'm asking us to start leading our lives differently with the conviction that we have a responsibility to live a greater and a better environment for those that come after us. Nelson Mandela is really a good leader that could be emulated, but his model is not for this context. It's no longer for this context. His model can be used for other contexts, but we might not need such a leader again. Thabo Mbeki, his context must be understood, must be critiqued. The context of our current president must be understood. We might not need a father that beats everyone up for him to be relevant. We might not need a mother that, well, my context of a mother is different, so let me not actually get there. But we might not need a mother that was a mother, that takes the form of a mother in 1980. We might need a new mother in the household. We might not need a family, a household that is in the form of the forum houses that we grew up under. We might actually need a different form of a house. And that is the responsibility that we need to make sure that we take seriously in order to pass on an environment that is more conducive to those that are looking towards us, so that we become leaders and not despot, whether by figurative meaning or by literal meaning to our children. Thank you very much, and thank you for listening to what I'm actually bringing. I'm sure that by the time that we leave here, you would have more points to actually give to me, and please make use of info at Black Hat to send your comments, to send what you are thinking. I won't bite you, and I shouldn't actually say more than that. Thank you very much.